So I am convinced now more than ever that something is really wrong with our president. Let's get into it. So here's the thing. It is now late October 2025, and our government has been shut down for almost 4 weeks now. There's so many things wrong with that. It's unfortunate. But what I really want to talk about are two key things because I think something is off with our president. I really, really do. And I try my best to be a practical person, right? A reasonable person. I like to kind of gather all the facts and weigh the pros and the cons. But the more I kind of think about this, the more I said, you know what? I gotta kind of record this so we can discuss this. So first things first. Donald Trump is not a healthy person. I mean, from on the surface, right? The appearance, you can tell he's not the healthiest person. From his diet, you can tell he's not the healthiest person. But over the last few months, especially over the summer, we saw everything from, rashes on his hands to swollen ankles and legs and that sort of thing. I mean, I understand that the man is, after all, 79 years old. But at the end of the day, he's simply not being honest about his health. And I get that a lot of politicians aren't always honest about things, but the fact is that he is dishonest about things that we can look up. He's dishonest about things that we can prove. He's dishonest about things that we can see with our own eyes. But that's not the biggest issue for me personally. As a man in his 40s living here in the United States, the biggest issue for me is what seems like a complete disconnect from reality. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you can go to our president and you can say things like inflation is up. They'll say, no, I took care of inflation. It doesn't exist anymore. You can say grocery prices are up. You can say electricity is up. You can say all these things are going on, and he'll simply say, no, that's simply not the case. It's a complete disconnection from reality, which is really, really unfortunate. I mean, it comes a point in time where you have to say, listen, your inheritance, as a young man, and your bubble that you grew up called entitlement, all that doesn't matter, because what's going on in this country is people are suffering. But that doesn't seem to matter to him, and it doesn't seem to matter to a lot of people that support him. We've gotten to a point where, unfortunately, things aren't a problem unless it's a problem to you, or things aren't a problem unless it's a problem to them. And when you have a leader of our country that doesn't have compassion, we have a leader of our country who just seems so cruel, we're in a really, really tough spot. And at the end of the day, let's see where this goes.